Hello friends, welcome to the seventh part of the topic work, power and energy. And in my previous sessions we understood what is work, what is torque, what is power, and in this lecture we are going to understand what is energy and what is potential energy and kinetic energy also. So at first we will understand what do you mean by energy. The capacity to do work is known as energy. So basically energy can be defined like the capacity of anything to do work is known as energy. So the unit of work and energy would remain same. As shown over here, unit of energy and work are same. Hence Newton meter or joule. So these are the units of, we would say, work or energy. Now what is potential energy? One thing is fixed, the capacity of anything to do work, that is known as energy. Now what is potential energy? What kind of energy stored? So energy stored in a body due to its position is called potential energy. So this becomes the definition of potential energy, where energy stored in a body, the capacity of the body to do work due to its position, where it is lying, where is its position due to which it will do some work, that is known as potential energy. Suppose we consider this example. A body of mass m is lifted from ground level to height h. This is our ground level. So this mass, or we would say this body, this box is lifted from this ground level to some height, let us say h. So now due to this position from the ground level, it will possess some energy, that is it has some capacity to do work due to its position. Now let us calculate what amount of work can it do. So based on the formula, potential energy is equal to weight of the body into height. So this is its formula, weight of the body and product of height. So now due to this terminology weight, that is W, we can understand that gravity will play some role on this. So now we will put up the formula for W. W is equal to mass into gravitational acceleration. We all know that W is equal to m into g, where g is the gravitational acceleration and m is the mass. So I just replace this W with m into g, and this h is this height up to which we lift this body. So the formula becomes m into g into h. This is the formula to calculate potential energy. That is the capacity of this body or any body to do work due to its position. That is m into g into h. Now talking about its unit, we already had a discussion that it will be Newton meter, or we would say joule. That is the unit of work also. So this was all about potential energy. Now talking about kinetic energy, energy possessed by a body by virtue of its mass and velocity. So now here the keyword was due to its position, and here the keyword is due to its mass and velocity. Energy possessed by the body due to its mass and velocity, or rather we would say due to its motion. Energy possessed by a body due to its motion. When anything is going with some velocity, some energy will be required to stop that, to retard that. That is because it is having some kinetic energy. The energy possessed by any body due to its motion. Any body in motion is having some kinetic energy, or we would say mass and velocity. Now let us understand how can we calculate the kinetic energy. Taking an example of a moving body, let us calculate the kinetic energy, that is energy required to stop that body. So consider a body moving with velocity v. A body is moving with some velocity, that is v. It has been brought to rest by uniform retardation. See, we need to bring it to the rest by a uniform retardation, the same amount of retardation. So now we'll talk about few abbreviations which will be used in the formula to calculate this kinetic energy, that is the energy required to stop this body. So the first is m is the mass of the body, the mass of the body that is moving continuously. U is the initial velocity, that is the velocity of the moving body without any retardation. Before we are retarding that body, its initial velocity. Then R is the resisting force applied on a body to bring it to rest. Now we want to bring that moving body to rest. In order to bring it to the rest, we need to provide some force, that is R. We would say resisting force because we are resisting that body. Then A, constant retardation. In order to retard that body, stop that body, we'll have to provide some constant retardation. That is A. S is the distance traveled by the body before coming to rest. Now when we apply some resisting force, it will not suddenly come to the rest. It will still travel some distance before coming to rest. That distance is known as distance traveled by the body before coming to rest, abbreviated by S. And the final velocity after the body is stopped, that is final velocity V. And it is 0 obviously, because the body has stopped moving. The kinetic energy now is 0. So V will be 0. Now based on this abbreviations, we are having the formula. Let me just write it down here. I'll remove this potential energy. And we have the formula V square is equal to U square minus 2 into A into S. This is the formula what we already have understood in previous sessions. So V square, here V is 0 because final velocity is 0. So 0 will be equal to U square minus 2 into A into S. Now let us make this S as subject. So S 2AS, let us say, will be equal to U square, bringing on this side. Now making this S as subject, U square upon 2 into A. So this becomes the formula for S, that is distance traveled by the body before coming to rest. And according to the formula of kinetic energy will be equal to R into S. That is resisting force applied on a body to bring it to the rest, and this S, that is distance traveled by the body before coming to rest. This is the formula for kinetic energy. And we know that this R is actually the force, that is mass into acceleration, F is equal to ma. So we can even write this R is equal to ma. So m into A into S. This becomes formula for kinetic energy. That is kinetic energy is equal to mass. But we can replace this S by this U square upon 2AS. So we can write kinetic energy is equal to m into A into this U square upon 2 into A. We can cancel out this AA. The formula will be KE is equal to m into U square. That is U is initial velocity. But I just forgot to mention this 2 here. So I'll just bring it here. So KE will be equal to half into m into U square. So this becomes our formula to find out the kinetic energy, and half mu square. And if we say initial velocity as u, then this formula will come. And if we say initial velocity v, then the formula half into m into v square. Half mv square. That is kinetic energy. So both, either of the two, half mu square or half mv square, both of these are the formula to calculate kinetic energy. So friends, this is all about today, where we understood what is energy, what is potential energy, and what is kinetic energy. And based on this, we can find out all the differences between potential and kinetic energy. So this is all about our 7th part. Thank you for watching.